guys, how are you tonight? It's nice to see you. I am excited because we're going to answer some questions. I got a bunch of questions from Instagram this week, so I thought I would just come on here. I like YouTube lately better than Instagram, so I like them both, but this one is, I've been enjoying a lot of YouTube lately, so we're going to do the Instagram questions here on Hi, Angela. Thanks for watching. Tell me where you guys are watching from. That will help me to know what's going on. And tell me if you can hear me, and if you can see me, then that'll help me out. I don't have a lot of light in my house, but hopefully this will help. Hopefully you can see me. Oh, Indiana. All right. That's not too far from Nashville, where I am. Okay. So let's get started with if you don't know me, I'm Caitlin. I'm grassfedgirl.com. I have been a health blogger for many years, and lately I've been doing YouTube. I have an Instagram. It's called Grassfed Girl. About 10 months ago, I started the carnivore diet for my Hashimoto's thyroid disease, and I've been healing from that for the past 9 years with keto and paleo diets, and that has helped a lot. But within 24 hours of starting the carnivore diet, I had amazing results, and that's why I enjoy talking about it so much. Hi, Debbie from Louisiana. So I saw immediate results from following a carnivore diet, mainly in digestion and bloating right away. And then within a month, I felt so amazing. I lost about 10 pounds in the first month that I could not ever lose on keto or paleo, and it just kept going down. My inflammation went down. Hi, Marilyn from North Carolina, and Steve from Cleveland. Hello. So the inflammation went down. The my doctor has lowered my thyroid medication, and my antibodies are lower than they've ever been as well. So it's pretty exciting stuff. And I'm excited to see what happens next I'm going to get another thyroid test here soon. And, it'd be amazing if my thyroid healed enough. And I don't know, to go off medication. I mean, that's just kind of a pipe dream because I've been on it for so long. And I take desiccated thyroid prescription medication, but it would be great to not have to take anything because I hate going to the pharmacy and filling my prescription and fooling around with that. So that'd be awesome. My digestion has improved greatly. That was one of my biggest problems, was my digestion. It's nighttime right now, but my skin, I've always had pretty good skin, but my skin is even better than it used to be. And people always tell me that. So it's pretty amazing stuff, I think. And also, whenever I was doing keto and I could never get off of sweeteners, I was always really dependent on chocolate and sweeteners all day long, and I haven't had any sweeteners since I've been on carnivore, maybe 2 or 3 times, but it's just been, I don't even care if I have them or not. It's not like this dependence where I used to have them 2 or 3 times a day. So it's pretty amazing stuff, and that's why I like to tell other people about it. Other people who are having autoimmune disease or autoimmune problems can really be helped with a carnivore diet. Also, losing weight in an easy way without hunger. I think that can really help people with keto, but I think for keto, like for me, I feel like the people who lose on keto a lot of weight are really overweight. And I was always like, when I was in college, I was 240 pounds. So I think keto and paleo really helps me maintain my weight. I'm really sensitive to carbohydrates, so I have to be more on the keto side of paleo, not the sweet potato side. But I think it kind of helps me maintain my weight, not gain weight. But it did not help me lose weight. So carnivore is the first one that did that, and I don't restrict or anything. I have my water here. I think, so Steve is asking, do you think you were also sensitive to gluten or dairy? I think, I mean, as soon as I found out I had Hashimoto's disease, I cut the gluten and the dairy. I ate dairy off and on a little bit later, but I cut it out completely at first. And I think everyone who has Hashimoto's is sensitive to gluten. So I definitely always cut that out because I wanted to improve my antibodies. So, but that didn't help me lose weight. That's for sure. It maybe helped me not gain weight, because I know if I was eating a standard American diet, I would be, within a year, I could be 300 pounds. I mean, I gain weight so fast. I mean, it's just insane. Like, I can gain 10 pounds in 1 week. So I know that everything I've been doing for the past 8 or 9, 10 years has been really helping me to stay, because people in my family have obesity. I've had people in my family have gastric bypass, sleeves and all that stuff because they were obese. So I know that I would be in that camp if I didn't do all the things that I do for my health. So that's kind of answers your question, Steve. Yeah, I mean, dairy, I have eliminated it completely, and I have, and also on carnivore. So the first month or so, I did butter, and then I cut the butter. And then over Christmas, I ate a lot of cheese, and then my weight loss kind of stalled, and I also felt really bloated. So yeah, I do think I am sensitive to dairy, and now I haven't eaten dairy. I eat ghee and no other anything. So I eat ghee, which has the dairy proteins removed. So I eat that about once every day. I eat that every day, a couple of times a day. But I don't eat any cheese or anything like that because I think it makes me gain weight and bloat up kind of. And also once I start eating cheese, I can't stop eating cheese. Oh, cool, Marilyn. Yeah. So she says, you've inspired me to be 90 to 95% carnivore. I totally relapsed sugar in keto. I feel great, no hunger, 6 pounds lost in a month and so happy. Oh, wow, Marilyn, that's awesome. I mean, to me, it's not even, I don't want to be like, I don't want to harp on weight loss because I didn't do this for weight loss. My real goal is always to, it's always like in the back of my mind, but if I could heal my Hashimoto's, like that's a bigger goal to me, a bigger, why and everything. Okay, Adam Smith says, do you supplement magnesium or potassium? I'm 26 days into carnivore, feel excellent, but my legs are often crampy. I don't take Synthroid, Adam. He asked if I lowered my Synthroid dose on carnivore. I just talked about that a minute ago. I've lowered my dose. I take something called NP thyroid, and I have lowered my dose since I've been on carnivore. Yes, it has. Okay. It's back to Adam. Do I supplement? Sometimes I take Natural Calm, not every day. I haven't gotten into the electrolyte drinks and all that. Mostly I just take the Redmond salt. I take about 2 to 3 teaspoons a day. And that's in addition to salting my food. So I don't measure what I salt my food, and then I take 2 to 3 teaspoons more. And I have to do that. If I don't do that, I can't sleep. I'll wake up in the middle of the night. So the salt is everything. Also, it helps my digestion. It helps me to be regular and everything. So I definitely think those electrolytes in the Redmond salt help me a lot. I hate this. I've tried the light salt, the Morton's light salt, but it tastes so disgusting. So I haven't really done that. I really like the Redmond, and you can get that in my Amazon shop. That's at the bottom of all my videos. And potassium just freaks me out. I don't know how to do that. My sister and I wrote an ebook, and she's really big on making her own electrolyte drink. So we put the electrolyte drink in there. So that is in our ebook and it's coming soon. But I mean, you can take a magnesium glycinate and magnesium. He says he has cramping. You could use a magnesium oil. That would be really good. Like there's one in my Amazon shop, a magnesium oil you can rub on your legs. I think that would be really helpful for you. And Steve says, do you eat leaner or fattier meats? I eat a lot of fattier meats. I did a lot of restrictive low-fat dieting in my 20s, and it has a lot of bad vibes for me. I cannot even do it. I mean, I can't even take a bite of lean meat. I mean, so I'll eat, I mean, I can eat like 85% ground beef. That's about as lean as I can go. And if I even try to, like if I eat really lean meat, later on in the day, I'll feel weird and I'll really crave fat. So I will want like 4 eggs or something to like, it's like I have some sort of internal compass where if I eat something lean, then I automatically want some fat later or something. So I feel off balance. So I tend to eat my bigger meal in the morning, like a ribeye. And then lately I've been like so full. I've been kind of wanting something lighter. So I'll eat just like some eggs at dinner or maybe a piece of salmon or something like that. Because I haven't been feeling like 2 big meaty meals, but I don't know if that's just a summertime thing or what. And I try not to eat too late because that also affects my sleep. Yes, the salt is so important. How many eggs do you eat? And I mean, Adam, I may have to, like, if I want to really lose even more, like I've lost a lot and I feel really good about where I'm going. And I've been focusing on, I added in some exercise and doing some body weight exercises, and I have some free. So I've been doing that, and I'm focusing kind of doing that for a while. And then if I still don't feel, I might do something where I want to try to lose more weight. But I'm just I'm feeling so good lately. I'm just not really worried about it. And I just want to, later on, maybe I'll play around with my ratios of fat or something like that. But I just don't think it's sustainable for me. And I have a lot of like trauma around that. So I just don't think I may do it later on. But it's not like my main goal is to be like ripped or something. My main goal is to heal my Hashimoto's and to stay healthy and to, age slower and all that kind of stuff. Get my energy up. And Marilyn says, how many eggs do I eat? Eggs. I mean, I really love my pastured eggs. I go to the farmer's market and get them. And then, but I mean, I don't really measure. I mean, I just eat, I might eat them every day and I might eat them every other day. It just totally depends. So, I mean, I'd say, at least 12, maybe 24. It totally depends on if I don't have other stuff. Sometimes I eat them just because I'm lazy and I don't want to cook something else. But I love them. I love the little fat packages that they are. Thanks, Marilyn. I'm glad my simple approach is helpful. I mean, I was taught by, I don't know if you follow her, Nourish Caveman. She does some YouTube, but she's on Facebook a lot. She taught me how to do carnivore, and my sister also does carnivore. They both were telling me at the same time, you have to do carnivore, you have to try it, it's gonna help you, blah, blah, blah. If you didn't see, my sister was on a couple weeks ago on an interview with me. She lost 35 pounds of her baby weight without exercising on carnivore. So, so that was, oh, thanks, Adam. So go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it. That was really good. And so they both taught me simple, my sister does make electrolyte drinks, but it's pretty much just the new salts. I mean, the Morton's light salt and a little bit of natural calm. So it's not too complicated. PKD. So Adam Smith says the PKD carnivore has done wonders for my Hashimoto's fatigue. that I experience daily on SAT. I look forward to your ebook. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, when I first got Hashimoto's, and I mean, I have heard of PKD and I know it's high fat. When I first got Hashimoto's, I was basically bedridden. It was so scary. I was in the bed for several months and I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was sleeping 18 hours a day and I couldn't even stand up. I could barely like get my clothes, to get dressed. Like I could not. And if I stood up, I had to stand up against a wall or I had to sit on a chair. It was really, really scary. And so, and all I thought about was sleeping. I could barely even concentrate. I just wanted to sleep all the time. So that really gave me a good scare. And I'm been healed. I healed pretty fast because I got a diagnosis very quickly and I got on the paleo diet right away. And I got on medication right away. So I was pretty good, but I didn't suffer. Like I have a friend who didn't get diagnosed for 10 years. I just told her she was crazy. That wasn't my story. So I feel pretty lucky that I had a lot of people around me telling me stuff, but I didn't go carnivore, which that would have helped, but I wasn't ready though. Okay, Catherine, that was about 2010 when I first found out I had Hashimoto's. Okay, Catherine Mullen says, I've been a carnivore for 3 weeks. I feel my appetite is out of control. Will it slow down? I haven't gained any weight, but I'm just surprised at how big my appetite was. Yeah, that was exactly how I was. And I was scared that I was going to gain weight, Catherine. I ate a ton because I think I was also, because I wasn't eating other things. So when I started thinking about other things, I would just eat more of what I was supposed to eat. So I would just eat more meat, like another hamburger patty or more eggs, or I eat a lot of hamburger patties and eggs. So I would just eat that or another steak or a big steak or something. I ate 3 meals a day when I started and I was eating like 3,000 calories, Catherine. And I'm probably now still at 2,500 because that's about 2 pounds of meat is 2,500. So, and it will slow down, but you got to think you're kind of like you're refeeding all your nutrients. So, don't worry about gaining weight. I really don't think you will. Just stick with it. I'd say about 1 month, I started kind of feeling a little more calmed down and I just started eating with a little less fervor. And now, like I was just saying, my appetite has gone down. It's like at dinner, I don't even want, I would rather have like something light, like eggs or seafood or something. But I do eat ribeye in the morning, so that helps. All right. Marilyn says, your opinion about keto treats was spot on. That caused me to fail on keto. Now I don't want snacks and treats. That's exactly my experience. I mean, I don't think about snacks and treats. Usually if I'm thinking about snacks and treats, I just didn't eat enough or I'm dehydrated or I need my salt. So I, kind of go through a checklist of your head. Like, did you eat enough? Did you have your salt? Did you drink your water? And when you do those 3 things, all your cravings are going to go away. Okay, Adam. Insane. My energy levels were never that low, but most days 12 hours of sleep never felt like enough. Yeah, I would sleep that and more, like as much as I could. So I'm lucky that I didn't go very long. That was maybe a couple of months and then I realized I got some help. So I was lucky. Steve says, I've been on carnivore just a few weeks too. I've had the opposite problem. The meat is so satiating that I'm having a hard time eating enough calories each day. I mean, if you worry about, if you're satisfied, I think that's all that really matters. I mean, you don't have to eat so many calories unless you're really scared about losing weight. I mean, I've had some people tell me they didn't want to lose any weight because they were already thin. And so that could be something, but you can just add more fat to your meat. One way I found lately, I've been kind of chopping up usually I eat patties, but then if you chop up the ground beef and then you put some ghee on it, when you cook it, kind of like taco meat, that really absorbs a lot of fat. So, and I could barely eat the, I could barely eat all of 1 pound is usually what I eat. So, yeah, try that. You can also drink a lot of bone broth and stuff. I like doing that, especially if I'm in the air conditioning. I can drink bone broth if I'm in the air conditioning, but if I'm outside, I cannot drink it, no way. I can't drink hot coffee outside either. It's so hot here. Okay, Steve. Yeah, just eat some more fat and don't worry about it. It'll probably even out after a little while. Catherine says, yes, I'm not as hungry at 6 weeks. Yeah, I mean, I'm at 10 months, so I'm a little bit, I should probably not be as hungry as I am. Yeah, I make bone broth a lot. I have been a little slacking lately on the summertime, but I'm an expert bone broth maker, and have been making it for years. I did the GAPS diet. I mean, I just make it all the time. I love it. So I think it's more important. So he's asking about calcium. Calcium is more important, I think. I think we can make enough calcium in our bodies. I mean, I've been studying Chris Kresser's work for years, and he always talked about calcium not being something that we need to take. I mean, if you look at, there's a big connection between heart disease and calcium, calcification, and then there's also a big connection with kidney stones with calcium. So I really don't think we need extra. I think we can make it, and I think it's more important to focus on getting K2, which is in your grass-fed butter or ghee, and your vitamin D3, so getting your sunshine. I think if you get those 2 things, your body's going to make enough of the calcium that it needs. And you're going to get some in your bone broth too. So, and I chew a lot of bones. Like I love to, like if I make chicken wings, I mean, I'm the person that chews every single thing off the chicken wings. All right, so let's do some of these questions that I got from Instagram. Okay, well, we'll ask these since you guys are actually here with me. All right, have you seen, I have a bone broth recipe on my blog. It's old, so it has some vegetables in it, but you can just leave those off, Marilyn. Just salt and water and bones, chicken bones. It really doesn't matter. I just save all my old bones, throw them in the Instant Pot or the slow cooker, and you just want a lot of bones to water. So if you have too much water, you're not going to get that gelling. So you got to have, you want to have your bones almost to the top and then your water right there. So that's the main thing, and lots of salt. And I go to the farmer's market a lot. We have a seasonal farmer's market here in Nashville. You can go to, I know that Whole Foods sells the big beef bones, so you can get them there. I like to get grass-fed bones, pasture bones. So chicken feet are going to be your best bet, and they're pretty cheap. So that's going to be your best gelling option. That's from Steve. Okay, about where do I get them? And you can go on eatwild.com and find a farmer in your neighborhood, in your area, to get your bones and get your whatever meats you want. All right, so here's some. And at grassfedgirl.com, I have a bone broth recipe. You can Google grassfed girl and bone broth, and you'll come up with it. And you can just leave out the vegetables. It's just from when I was on my paleo days. All right, so how do you poo comfortably? Well, I found that the biggest thing for me with speed of digestion on this diet is salt. So if you don't have enough salt, you are not going to go to the bathroom. If you take a lot of salt, you're going to go to the bathroom. You don't need fiber and all that. I was eating so many vegetables, so much fiber. I was eating flax seeds, chia seeds, broccoli, huge salads, carrots, every single fiber thing you can imagine. I love vegetables. I love fiber. And I could not go to the bathroom for like 9 years. So carnivore has made a huge difference in that for me. My favorite cheeses. I love cheese, but it doesn't really agree with me. Mozzarella cheese sticks is probably my favorite cheese. I mean, I'm not saying it's cultured, but that is my favorite from when I was a kid. How much liver do you consume weekly? Adam wants to know. Liver, I mean, I love liver, but it is a challenge for me because I feel like I'm the only one eating it. I'm the only one eating it, so if I make a big bunch of it, I feel like it goes bad because I'll eat it one or two times, and then I'm kind of like done with it. So, like I made it earlier. If you saw my video this week, I made a carnivore liver pate recipe. So I made it and I put it in little jars so I can save it, so freeze some of it. So that was really tasty, and I ate about half a pound, and I had some beef jerky, and I just dipped it in there, and I also put it on some boiled eggs, and that was really good. So, I mean, my goal is to eat 3 ounces a week. I also have ordered the U.S. Wellness Meats Braunschweiger, and I'll put a link for that below. That's really, really tasty, and you can slice that off and freeze it. So that's a good way to not waste it. You can freeze it already sliced, and then you can just defrost one little slice of it and you'll get a little bit of liver. So, I mean, my goal is 3 ounces a week. And if I get more than that one week and then less the next week, then okay, I might get half a pound one week and then none the next week and then, half a pound then. So every other week or something like that. But I really do love it. And I always try to start with chicken liver first if you've never eaten liver. Beef liver I found is much more severe as far as taste and everything. But if you want to do beef liver, make sure and grill it outside on a grill. That really helps, and marinate it. I like to marinate in some apple cider vinegar. And if you do spices, you could do some cumin and paprika. That'd be really good. Well, I found I made a bunch of Instagram videos about the jerky, Marilyn. I haven't found really a good one, but everyone's been telling me there's a Tillamook one. It does have a little bit of soy sauce, but it's gluten-free soy sauce. So they said they came out with a Tillamook one that has 0 carbs, but I have yet to find it around here. So that's what I was looking for in the store. I did a bunch of Instagrams about that earlier this week. There's one out of California called Sophia's grass-fed jerky chews. That's a really good brand. But I found one that was epic, and it was only 3 carbs in one big, like, kind of piece like that. So I bought that because that was the best one I could find. So I don't know. It's hard to find jerky, but I actually just got a dehydrator. So I was going to try to make some this week and see how that went. So I'm excited about that. So maybe I'll put a video of it making jerky. All right, so here's another one. Do you count calories on carnivore? I don't, because for me that brings up a lot of bad feelings from the past and stuff. And, I'm not saying I never would, but I haven't so far, and everything's been working really well for me. So I don't think that I'm going to do that anytime soon. And I definitely don't think you should do it when you're starting out. It's not a good idea at all to count calories, because this is a healing protocol. So I don't think that you should count calories at all. I think it distracts from the overall healing benefits, and it'll make your mind crazy, and that's not the point. So just focus on getting the right foods and eating as much as you can and being full. So that is the main thing when it comes to carnivore. Don't count calories, especially if you're in your first couple of months. Just enjoy the food and stay full. Okay, Adam says, yes, I did see your pate video. It looks delicious. I find cod liver to be very handy on the go. I usually dehydrate my beef liver to make jerky, and I have a piece of per day, piece of beef jerky. Oh, okay. You make beef jerky out of beef liver. That's a good idea. Yeah, that would really help you to get it in. Yeah, I just got this dehydrator, so I'm excited to try it. And Marilyn says, do I eat condiments? So I have lost my taste. I wasn't ever like a big sauce person. I'm not a big hot sauce person, or I am a big mustard fan. So I love mustard, and I still eat it sometimes, but I found I can eat hamburger patties and stuff without it. I don't even care. So it's like I can take it or leave it. But I eat like a pretty plain, like a brown mustard, nothing too exotic or anything. So that's the main thing. I've eaten like the avocado mayo a few times, and I don't really feel that great on it. So that's not something I really want. There's flies everywhere in Nashville. So yeah, mustard's really kind of my thing. Hi Howler. Okay. All right. Let's see. Do you put lemon in your water? No, I love essential oils, so I sometimes put lemon oil in my water. That to me is a little different. It's more like kind of like a medicine rather than a lemon, you know? So I have a link for my essential oils down in my description box. Tips for weight loss? That's a big question. I have a video about that. Go back and watch that one. Tips about weight loss on Carnivore. So does mustard cause inflammation? I mean, it could, I'm sure. I try to get as simple one as possible. Does mustard cause inflammation? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, definitely could, especially if you're allergic to some of the spices, but I have gone with it, I've gone without it, and it doesn't seem to make a big difference. I've also done the autoimmune protocol where I cut out all spices like paprika and all the peppers and nightshades. So those are all nightshades anyway. So I don't really react to those as much, but that's kind of, I think, kind of the least problematic. Like I wouldn't do ketchup, for example, because that has tomatoes, which is a nightshade. A lot of people can react to nightshades. All right. So somebody says, can you overeat protein? I'm used to eating 0.8 times my lean mass, and now I'm way over. Well, I think you want to look at your ratio of fat to protein. So you want to look at how much. So I usually end up being about 65% fat and 35% protein. So that, to me, I think you just want to worry about your protein to fat ratio more than how many grams, you know? And if you get too much protein, I think you're going to feel bad in relation to fat. So hopefully that makes sense. Can you stay satisfied with just meat? And was there a transition period? Yeah, I mean, it was about 4 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks. And then I'm very, very satisfied with just meat, and I don't want any other food. Okay, should I have a carb day once a month? I don't think so. I'm more of a abstainer. I'm much better off with nothing, with no treats and no carbs. I mean, maybe some people can handle that. I don't know I think somebody who's drawn to the carnivore diet is going to be more of an abstainer. So I don't think it's a good idea because it takes a long time. I'd say 2 to 3 weeks to really get into the groove with the carnivore diet and really kind of feel like it's working for you. So I would not want to mess that up every month or week or something. So I really don't think it's a good idea. Is it recommended to do high intensity cardio? Have you been doing it before? I mean, definitely the first few weeks it's going to be tough especially if you're coming from a standard American diet. I mean, if you've ever done keto, it's the same in that sense, because you have to become fat adapted. You have to get used to being on zero carbs. So I think after you adapt for a few weeks, also the electrolytes really come into play with high intensity exercise. I took off a long time from exercising because I felt like it was very stressful for me to start carnivore. So I didn't want to have another stressor, which is exercise. So I waited until I really wanted to exercise again and added that back in. But it really didn't hit me for a while. So you have to be fat adapted, and you have to be doing really good with your electrolytes. And, why do you want to do the carnivore diet? Why do you want to do high intensity cardio? To me, they don't go together, so I don't know. But some people just like that kind of stuff. I mean, really look at like Zach Bitter. He's on the HBO podcast with Sean Baker. I basically feel like I ruined my health with high intensity exercise. I was running a ton when I started getting sick with Hashimoto's. I ran 2 half marathons. I was running every single day. And also I was eating tofu every single day. So I think the combination of those two completely ruined my health. And so you'll never see me like recommending that. When I hear high intensity exercise, I hear cardio, which I hate. So I don't ever do that anymore. And so I will not be recommending that. But if that's what you want to do, then I don't know. I don't think it's very common to do long cardio and do carnivore. But also, I just don't think you need to. I enjoy more weightlifting stuff that's not like prolonged or whatever. Just get it over with, All right, guys. Well, I'm kind of like losing my voice a little bit, so I need to get to bed. And this has been great to hang out with you guys as always. And I better get going. And if this video has been helpful, then share this with a friend, and send me your questions. I don't know how you message people on YouTube, but you can always send in. Thanks for watching, Howler, everyone, Adam, Marilyn. Make sure and send me your questions. You can always DM me on Instagram. I'm there all day, and then I'm making my YouTube videos and stuff. So, all right, thanks so much, and I will see you soon. Have a good night. Bye, guys.